I have two different ways to organize my collage bits. I got these at Dollar Tree. These are fabulous. They're $1 a piece, of course, because it's Dollar Tree. But these baskets, they're nice and big. And that's the depth of them. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Yeah, okay, so you're not totally seeing them because this is really big. Let me try to go this way. Okay, see? That's the container house, and it's really nice and big. Okay, so, and then I labeled it, if you can see right there, I labeled it focal points. And look how many focal points I have in here. It's like crazy. Okay, and then that way, they stack right into each other. So you can just stack, like if you have, then you might have one with a bunch of roses. I have another one that has roses, watches, and hummingbirds. And you can just stack that one on top of this one, and they stack really nicely. The other thing I bought at Dollar Tree to store my collage bits is these. Isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love these. I should have bought more for my house because this is a great thing. Can you imagine storing all your cheese and cold cuts in there in your refrigerator? That's fabulous. Anyway, at Dollar Tree. So, like this one is for all of my plain backgrounds. So all the stuff that like how I always start out my projects with like just, torn up newspaper, Asian newspaper, torn up dictionary paper and music note paper. See, it's all in here. All ready to go. So that's how I organize my collage bits. So there's a little idea for you. Because once you start this madness, you're going to start getting a lot of collage bits. Okay, we're going to put this, this is a half a watch face again. It's going to go on top. It's nice if you start collecting all these collage bits that you start out the right way and just create yourself an organization system for this. So you can find the pieces. Some people, and this may not be, the way I organize may not be your way of organizing it. So organize it the way, for the stuff you collect and the way you see things. Because there was a girl, she used to organize how I do. Like she'll have like, okay, this is focal points. I'm going to do people and animals in this one. And she said that she likes to use anything for everything. So she likes to just put all her collage bits in one big container and chooses like that. So you kind of have to do what works for you. Okay, I think this needs to go here. Yeah, it does. So you need to do whatever works for you. That would drive me crazy. I like to have, if I'm going to look for a focal point, I want to look for a focal point. If I want to look for birds, butterflies, watches, because I love butterflies, watches, roses, my favorite things, I have a container for those. So I know I can go to that container and find those. But that's how I like to organize my collage bits. So you have to just do what works for you. Okay. So I love all of this all collaged together. I think that looks fabulous. Okay, I'm going to use some paint, some of my painting techniques on here. I will show you in just a second. Okay, see this right here? To me, this looks like a little world or like a little cave. And so does this, so does this, and so does this here. We're going to paint those black. Let me get some black paint out. Okay, and they're going to have like little stars and stuff like that in here. We might even do planets, but probably not, just for the sake of time. Okay. Oh, this will work. And let me check on you guys, make sure you guys are still there. Yep, we're doing well. Okay, so I'm going to I took some black paint, put it on my little tray here, and I'm going to paint the inside of this black. To me, this looks like a little cave. Or it's like its own little world. In my opinion, that's what this is. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm doing my best because I'm at a weird angle. There we go. It's weird when you're doing a video because normally you would turn your work to get at a certain angle. But when you're in frame, you can't do that. You just gotta like make do. Make do and quirk your body. Okay. That's good right there. All right, I'm gonna give that a second coat in just a second. I think I'm gonna leave these ones alone. I like those plain. We're gonna take this whole little section inside of here, and this is gonna be another little, whole nother little world. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting quiet, you guys. I was focusing. I was trying. You have to focus when you're painting inside the lines. Okay, so we're just gonna put. I'm just putting on a second coat, so it's really nice and black in here. Okay. Same thing here. We're gonna add a second coat of black. For those who haven't watched my work before, I'm sure you guys are like, what in the world is she doing and where is she going? I actually know where I'm going. You almost better know where you're going if you're going to paint 2 black complete circles. Because that could be a mess. Okay. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's let those dry. No, we're not going to let them dry. We're going to dry them with the dryer. Okay, so here we go. Dryer. Fast forward if you need to. And thank goodness, acrylic paint dries fast. Okay, so now we're going to take some white paint, and we're going to create stars all on this, over this whole thing. Where is my white paint? Alright, that's weird because I always keep my white and my black right next to me at all times because I always need white paint. Alright, where the hell is it? Okay, I don't know where I have another one. I buy white paint by the truckloads, white and black. Okay. So we're going to take some white acrylic paint, add a little water. Okay, water that down. Take my fan brush. Okay. That's nice and wet. That's nice and wet. That's nice and watery. Okay. Anything you don't want to get splattered, move it out of the way, but we're good. All right, so I'm just going to take my fan brush and just splatter. These are going to be like little splatters everywhere else, and inside the worlds, those are going to be stars. But I love white splatters. In fact, you know what? I didn't throw any white splatters over here on my other project. I'm going to throw a little bit of white splatters over here too. I love me some white splatters. I think they're beautiful. Black splatters are fabulous too. But white just makes things look magical, even more magical. Now see, in the black areas, look how cool that is. Okay, now you've created like a little, I don't know, like outer space, you know, like a little world right there. With just some black paint and splattering like white stars all over them. Okay. Next, we're going to throw some medium-sized stars and some shooting stars inside of these worlds. Sometimes I create and put planets in there, but in this one I just don't feel that it would look right, so we won't be doing that. All right. I'm going to take my liner brush, and we're going to come in close for this because this work does need to be done closely. Oh, that's probably close enough. Okay. And then we'll come close on the other one too. So with my liner brush, I just want to do some medium-sized stars. It's just like 3 little flick outs. Okay. I don't do 4 because then it just looks too perfect. This way it really looks like a star, in my opinion. Okay, now I'm going to make shooting stars. So take a dot that's already there or make a new one and just, that's it. Make sure you make the damn sound or it ain't going to work. Just kidding. You're like, okay, girl. You got to make the swoosh sound or it ain't happening. We'll do one more right here. And you can have them coming in both ways, but I think it'd be kind of cool to have them just all coming this way, so it looks like this little world's being attacked. Okay. You're like, girl, you're crazy. Okay, I'm gonna bring my book over and bring it down. So now you can see this one. So let's put some stars, some medium-sized stars. These are my small stars, right? The splatters. Now let's do 3 flick outs, and that'll be my medium-sized stars. All right, now let's do some shooting stars. Kind of did too many stars in here, but whatever. It's a fantasy world. What's too much? You know? Now this one, I'm going to do one going this way. Okay, I don't really like that one. So, get your baby wipe and wipe it off. What happens is I'm at a weird angle and I can't turn my book or I'll get a frame. So, just do my best to, there we go. I like that one. Let's try another one. It almost makes things better because look how more fluid I am. Look how much more that looks like it's shooting out. So almost being like off, like I am, like my body's not situated the right way, almost makes it better. Makes it harder, but makes it better. Okay, I love that. I'm going to do one more. Just to overdo it like I always do. There we go. That looks really cool. Oh, another thing I'm going to do. Let me see if I'm in frame to do it. Yes, I am. You know, let's just come out a little bit. Just a little bit so you can see. I want to put a little bit of water drippage. Let me see if I'm still in frame. Okay, I want to do a little bit of water drippage right here, okay? Right between where I put that watch face and the top of this armoire, which is now like a little world, right? So then I'm going to put a water line in right here. And you want the water line to be kind of messy because you want it to be straight across. You just don't want it to be like a complete line. I think the messier it looks, that looks like water, right? Because water's not going to be lined up, you know, perfectly. All right, so let's just go ahead and start. We'll start here we'll start over here. I like to do like a little V and then bring the water down. Water or this is snow. And if you want it to be snow, make it a little bit thicker. So we're going to have this be water. And I always like to have my my drippage different lengths, because water or even snow, it's not going to be all the same, right? So have different levels of drippage. I know that sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. I know you do. Okay. So like I said, this is the same technique whether you're doing snow or you're doing water. Snow, when I do snow, I just make it a little bit thicker. But when it gets to the end, I always do have it thin out a little bit, because as it's going to hit the ground, it's not going to be thicker as it hits the ground. Right? You're like, whatever, Angela. Okay. Another thing where I want to add some water is right here at the top. Right here of this world, I'm going to add some more water, and right here. Okay. So now we've taken a set of stacked rings and made it into its own little world now. So now it's not a stack of rings anymore and an armoire and a watch piece. This is like a little world. It's like a little world. And we're just adding stars and snow or water. Okay, so let's just start adding that. And I like to bring things into other worlds, like the water here or the snow here will drip into this world. Then it kind of starts making everything look like it goes together. It also makes this look like not like it's magazine pieces anymore. Now these magazine pieces are a whole nother thing by putting this paint on them, by applying the paint. And excuse me because I'm working at such a weird angle, I can't move my book. Okay. I feel so awkward. I feel so awkward. But like I said, actually the more awkward you feel, the better, because it's going to make your water look even more real. It doesn't look, you don't want your water looking perfect, or your snow, because it's not, water and snow, nature's not perfect. We should learn from nature. You see how imperfect nature is, and nature's so beautiful, and it's not perfect at all. We can learn a lesson from that. Quit trying to be so damn perfect. You know what I mean? Okay. Love this. Love, love, loving. Yeah. Love all this. This clock over here could use a little bit more, this watch face over here could use a little bit more white splatters. So I'm just going to throw a few more white splatters over there. And after this, we're going to do some shading around everything, and then we'll be done. So we're almost done. Let me water down this. White paint so we can do some more splatters. Okay, let's do some splatters right here. Okay, perfect. And this half a watch face over here, I like the way it looks, so I'm not even going to touch that. And shoot, for the sake of the time of this video, or videos, because now at this point, I've probably been cut off and you're on the next part now, because after 30 minutes, my videos, I tape with my phone, so it cuts it off after 30 minutes, excuse me, and it keeps going, but it starts a whole nother video. So, okay, so let me bring this over it, and let me come all the way out. We don't need to be this close up anymore. Let me bring this down a little bit. All right, so let's do some shading now. I like to do some shadowing or shading with a watercolor pencil. And I like to use Jane Davenport's, it's in black, her color sticks. This is like a gelato. It's a water-soluble crayon. Look, she makes them look like lipsticks. They're fabulous. You can use a chalk pastel. You can use an oil pastel for this. You can use there's another thing you can use, but I don't know where it's at right now. I never use it, and probably because I can't find it. Anyway, I'm kind of looking for it right now, but I don't see it. Oh, here it is. A charcoal pencil. You can also use a charcoal pencil. I don't use it very much, but you can also use a charcoal pencil. Okay, so to go around all my things, I put a shadow around it. I'm going to use my watercolor pencil. If you have a Stabilo, same thing as a watercolor pencil. It's water soluble, and when you wet your finger, you can spread it around. So I'm going to do this all the way around my work. So we can get a little shadow going, okay? Wet my finger and go around. We can define everything. Okay, that looks good. And then let's go down here and do the same thing. I like to use the Jane Davenport's, this one right here. I like to use that one on the edges of the pages. This I like to use for finer work, going around little areas like I am right now. You kind of get too heavy. I mean, you can do it if you don't have anything else. You don't have, a watercolor pencil. You can use your gelato. But I just find it easier when I'm going around my work like this, because it's a lot finer little areas, to use this watercolor pencil. Or your Stabilo you can use. I can't wait to buy myself a Stabilo. I think you can only buy those. I'm going to go wet my finger and go around. I think you can only buy those either like online or at a art supply. And so I was at the art supply. I was at Blitz the other day getting myself a blender pencil. And then I still forgot to buy the damn Stabilo. It's like, oh. And I used to have a Blix pretty close by, but now it's not super far, but it's not just around the corner anymore. So I don't tend to go there as much, which is probably a good thing. That place is not cheap. Okay. Just want to define this a little bit more, get a little heavier in here. Okay. And a little heavier in through here. Perfect. All right. That looks good. Now I'm going to take my color stick or my gelato, okay, or your oil pastel, and go around the edges so it can give a nice framing all the way around. Oh, we need to cut this off. This was the overlapping of this. I hadn't cut that off yet. Okay. All right, so wet your finger and just blend it out. And just give yourself a nice, I love doing this because I think it just gives a really nice framing around your work. Again, I didn't cut off the end here. I always like to just have an overhang so that I don't end up cutting something too short. So I don't have to worry about measuring it. I just make it a little too long. And then whatever I don't need, I can cut off. Because sometimes you cut something and thinking that you got it right, and then you get to the end and you're like, oh, it's too short. That way you don't have that problem. Okay. Wet your finger and blend this little black line out. Smear. There we go. And we are done. Oh, wait, there's one other thing I want to do. One other thing, if it looks right and if I can find the right quote. I've been trying to use my quotes. Like I have these Tim Holtz ones that I got last year. You guys, I got them for $1.25. They were normally $5. This is when they had that clearance. And now they got that clearance again at Hobby Lobby. So go check that out in their crafting section. All over the whole store, really. But the crafting section, it's like 75% off. It's awesome. So I never use these, and I want to start using some of these big chats. I got these ones at Dollar Tree, you guys. Isn't that fabulous? Yes, please. Now, the gold ones, in my opinion, aren't going to go with this. I think more for this, the black ones are going to go. But I don't know if I can find some words or not that I want to use. So let me just look really quickly and see if I can find a word that I want, or words, or a word that I want to use. Let's see. You know what? I love this word, believe. We're going to find a place to put it somewhere. We'll put it right here. Let's put it right there or right here. I'm going to, well, right here. Oh my God, I shouldn't second guess myself. All right, you know what? I'm going to put them here at the bottom. Believe. I'm going to put a few more. Okay, so believe. These are just words that I love. Believe. Happiness. Don't we all work towards happiness? I know I do. I need happiness in my life. Who doesn't need happiness in their life? Okay. Let's do beautiful. I love beautiful things and beautiful people. And I don't mean on the outside, I mean inside and out. Because you ever met somebody and they're not a very nice person, and they're actually beautiful on the outside, but it almost makes them ugly because they're not a very nice person? And a dreamer, because that is definitely me. So these are just inspiring words I'm going to put at the bottom. And this right here might have to be glued on because I brought it up too many times. Yeah, we'll stick it down, but I might have to glue that down. We'll see. Oh, one other thing. I need to just add a little bit of that black right here on this. Oh. We'll add this. It was in an area that I couldn't get to. Spread that out. There we go. And then the same thing underneath here. Oh, I see another area that I needed Stabilo still. Or not Stabilo, but shade. Okay, do that underneath here. And I did this really messily here, and I really like it. How messy and kind of heavy I did it. I really like it. Okay, the other thing I needed to do is see these little pieces right here? I wanted to do a little bit of shading around these pieces. Whatever little pieces are still sticking out. And I'm doing it with my pencil because I can get right up on and go around the pieces with the pencil. So you can buy a watercolor pencil, just a single watercolor pencil, even at Michael's for like $1, like maybe $2 or something. So get yourself a black watercolor pencil. It's well worth it for sure. Do I have any other pieces down here that are showing? Nope. I think that's okay. So I think that's it on my shading now. Am I good, guys? Am I good? With my shading? I keep seeing things that I could go back to. Okay, I think we did it. Do we want to put some shading around these? Nah, not really. Do I? See the little, maybe we want some shading on the, around these little quotes. We'll put a little shading around the quotes. I didn't know if I wanted shading around the quotes because the quotes are black, so I don't know if that would look right, but it does. You know how you know if it looks right? Try it. You'll find out. Okay, you guys, I could keep going forever. We are done. I hope I've shown you some things, inspired you, showing you about some new products that you haven't used before, some new techniques. Because I've used a lot of techniques on both of these pages. So, and I hope I've been some inspiration to you. Get yourself, and the things I guess I really wanted to focus on in this whole thing is, for sure, get out your scrapbook paper, you guys, because we all have so much scrapbook paper, and you could totally use that. If you have Tim Holtz, oh, he has such great stuff. You see how I use these Tim Holtz pieces back here? I love it. If you don't, though, don't worry. Use magazine pieces. Start going through magazines and find some cool stuff in magazines, because there's plenty of stuff that you can do with magazines also. 2 pages at a time. I did 2 different pages totally with a lot of different techniques on both pages. So it's kind of fun to work 2 pages at a time and for them not to relate, to be 2 different pages. So it's like you're getting 2 for 1. Like I said in my title, double the fun. Okay, you guys, that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!